All right, making his long-awaited free-for-all debut. You know him as the host of the On Maveriks podcast, extremely popular, Nick Angstadt, ladies and gents. We finally coordinated the schedules. This has been a long time coming.
Oh, we've been trying to make it happen, and the Mavs have made it very difficult with all the travel and going everywhere, and we've seen each other in multiple cities and now back in Dallas.
Here we go. Yeah, we were both in Boston for games 1 and 2, both resulting in losses for the Mavs. Now this series shifts back for games 3 and 4. The Mavs, Nick, have to find a way to climb out of that 0-2 deficit. The big news of the day, though, big man for the Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis, the former Mav, with that left leg injury. I'm not going to ask you to pronounce it. It's a little bit complicated. Left ankle specifically. I want to ask you, if he does not play tomorrow night, how does this affect what the Mavs do, and how can they take advantage of it? Yeah,
this is a really weird situation where he had the calf injury, and then it looked like he sort of like aggravated the calf injury in game 2, and so everybody was questioning, well, is he going to be back and all that? And then all of a sudden it comes out, this is what the Celtics are calling a serious injury. They're calling it day-to-day as well, so that seems to be like not fitting
right.
there either way on that side. But if he doesn't play, what it means for the Celtics is that they have one less player. Their depth has been so incredible. They have an incredible top 8 guys where they all take more than 3 threes a game. And so they spread the floor. They have this 5-out offense where the Mavs have had a real hard time getting their offense going against that because they're pulling guys away from the rim and all kinds of stuff. And so it takes one guy away. It also allows the Mavericks to maybe get the lobs back. That's something that we haven't seen in the first 2 games of the finals.
Yeah, and I thought, Nick, that they did a good job of limiting him a little bit better in game 2. Kristaps Porzingis, that is. You know, he talked to the media today. He said he's going to do everything he can to take the floor tomorrow night. He said he would die out there. So we'll see. As far as Dallas is concerned, though, they need to live. Mavs fans are needing a win from them tomorrow night. When you talk about Luka Doncic, he has shown up through 2 games. He had a 32-point triple-double in game 2. In that loss, you know, he reportedly received a pain-killing injection that I saw for that chest contusion. Apparently, he might do the same thing ahead from game 3. His running mate, though, Kyrie Irving, things have not gone well in terms of his shooting. What does he need to do, Nick, to better assert himself? You know, credit the Celtics defense, what they've done on him, but how can he get it going for this team tomorrow night? Yeah, the thing with Kyrie Irving is it seems like it's between the ears. It seems like it's a mental thing for him. That Boston crowd, I mean, you heard, and if you heard it at home on TV, it was much louder in person than it was on TV watching it back. That crowd they were out for blood. They wanted him to know that, hey, you spurned us, you turned us down. We want you to know that we do not like you. And when we do not like somebody as Celtics fans, it goes the whole 9 yards, and they really took it there. And then Kyrie instigated them with well, I didn't think it was as loud as it could be, quote, after game 1. With Kyrie Irving, though, it does seem to be, he's just like, there's something just not connecting there because the shots that he's getting, if you go back and watch all the shots in a row, he's getting normal Kyrie Irving shots. It's not that this Celtics defense is sending multiple bodies to him or making him do things that he's not comfortable with. Yeah, they're running him into the corners a little bit and getting him stuck and picking up his dribble and things like that. But the shots that he's getting are normal Kyrie Irving shots. And so if he just take a beat, settle down, back at home, back in front of this Dallas crowd that'll, we think, be more hospitable than that Boston Celtics crowd was to him, I think that some of those shots will start falling, and then that changes a lot for the Mavericks. Yeah, you think that there's only a matter of time before he goes off a little bit in one of these games, and tomorrow is much needed for this Mavericks team. You know, besides the 3-point shooting, Nick, that's, that has been a major issue. No one other than Luka has hit multiple threes in the NBA Finals, which is really hard to believe considering we know how well this team can shoot the 3. You think that changes tomorrow night, being that they're at home in front of their home crowd and all? The old adage is that role players play better at home. And I hope that that's the case. And the Mavericks absolutely need that to be the case. I think P.J. Washington's had a couple of good games, but like you said, he hasn't hit multiple threes. This team hasn't hit multiple threes, and they're getting the wide open ones they normally get. Josh Green, Derek Jones Jr., P.J. Washington, they're all getting these wide open threes that Luka creates, that Kyrie creates because of all the attention on them. You see some screenshots of plays, and it's just one guy by themselves all the way over here while all the Celtics players are all like paying attention to Luka and Kyrie and trying to take away the lobs. That's really what they want. So those Mavs, if they start hitting some of those threes, and if the Mavs have a good or an okay shooting game, it changes so much for this Mavericks team. And so the hope is that if they come back at home, they'll shoot better, and if role players play better at home, then that's a really good sign for the Mavs. You know, the Celtics aren't coming out and saying this, Nick, but I'm sure in a big way they kind of feel like this series is over already. You know, it's your job to kind of breathe some positivity, some light for this Mavs fan base. why isn't this series over? Why do you have belief that this Mavs team, can turn this thing around?
There's been multiple instances the last couple years where a team was down 0-2. They lost both games on the road to a better team and then came back and won the series. 2021, the Milwaukee Bucks were down 0-2 to the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns had a great year that year. Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo, they came back and won the next 4 games, and they won that series. The other instance is the reason why there's hope for the Dallas Mavericks. 2016, the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron James, with Kyrie Irving, were down 0-2. And I went back and I started looking through some of the stories that were written back then, and it was like, the Warriors have this coronation of that they're the team to beat. The Cavs look completely bewildered against the Warriors, and that was the 73-win Warriors team. We know what happened after that. Kyrie Irving didn't have very good shooting games the first 2 games of that series, had 10 points in game 2 of that series, came back, averaged 31 points the rest of the series, shot really well, hit one of the greatest shots in NBA Finals, had a 40-point game, and they end up winning the series, and it was one of the greatest NBA Finals that everybody can remember. And so, to me, Kyrie Irving, he's got the script. He's already done it before, right? He's done this before. Reoccurring character, bring that guy back. And if they can do that, and the Mavs, Porzingis is out, the Mavs get their lobs back, then all of a sudden the role players start hitting some shots. Kyrie hits their shots. It could be a brand new series if you win both these at home.
So what you're telling me, Nick, is that there is a chance. There is, in fact, a chance for life.
I will always tell you that.
And finally, I saw a lot on your social media about the Boston food. I'm from there. So did that live up to the hype, to all the different eats out there?
Yeah, for as bad of a time I had at the games, I had a great time eating. Incredible. Lobster, I hit all the spots. Lobster roll, Little Italy. I had
North End, Nick. North End, not Little Italy.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. Chinatown. I hit some of that. That's what it's called, right?
Yes.
Okay. I hit that. I hit a bakery and got some. Got a cannoli.
Okay,
Great
you did
stuff.
it all.
Amazing stuff.
All right, Nick Angstadt, host of the Locked On Mavericks podcast. Where can people find you? Where can they subscribe? Tell us.
Yeah, you can find me on Locked On Mavs on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Locked On Mavericks. Just search it. Search it in Google. Search it wherever. You'll find me. And then at Nick Van Exit on all socials.
All right. Thanks so much, Nick, for coming in. We'll definitely have you in again. Thanks.
Anytime.